close that out so we don't hear anything in the background. Hello. We are, we are live first off. Hi, I'm Rainey Ford, and this is Penny Olson. And we are here today to talk a little bit about the next class that is coming up in Alchemy of the Season School. The Alchemy of the Season School is hosted and sponsored by Nematon the Mountain, and we have invited Penny Olson with Flexible Strategies to talk to us a little bit about the Change Matrix, which is a class, a program, a mindset, and what I would call a lifestyle. And we want to hear a little bit about what it is about making change your friend. So Penny, talk to us a little bit about where this comes from and why it feels so important that we make change our friend in these times.
Well, change is the only constant thing in our life. And so in the course of a day, you may go through 50 changes. You get up with an agenda for the day, and then something happens, and you have to shift and be flexible and just keep moving to what's next and what's next. So the change matrix actually came into being because I personally love change. I've been known to create change just for the sake of having change. So, and then people are like, how do you do that? I'm so afraid of change and I hate it and it makes me frustrated and anxious and stressed. And so I created the change matrix, which uses the acronym of change and has a place for you to check into under each letter to find out where you are in the process of the change. And then you can go into the change matrix, which I think of as like a hammock, you know, like, okay, life is getting chaotic out here and I need to come back to me. I really need to check in with what's going on with me. What are my emotions? I'm not squishing them down. I need to be aware of them. And then I can jump into this change matrix and decide what step to do next. And so that's how that came into being.
Yeah, I love the way the change matrix, how the matrix actually looks itself. And we're not going to give it away here in this moment, but it really, my analytical brain likes to look at this image that lays out the matrix and goes, where am I in this? What's the step that I'm next afraid of? And what's the thing that I just burst from? And it's like being able to find a welcome spot wherever we are and have an idea of where we want to go next. So when you talk about the change matrix, you talk about a lot of sensory awareness and stopping and identifying change and looking for the opportunity in it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So there's this amazing quote that I really have enjoyed hearing about in your work. And it's change happens at the edge of the what's known zone. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Well, the addition to that is that at the edge of the what's known zone is it illuminates the unknown zone. So that place, now the known zone that I refer to is what most people call the comfort zone, but not everyone who stays within a comfort zone is in a good place. They're there because it's what they know. And the thought of changing is terrifying. And so that space right between it, when you know, I don't want to be here, this is not where I want to be, it's not helping me grow, it's not benefiting me, in fact, it's keeping me squashed, I am going to make a decision to change. And that helps you instantly enter the unknown zone, which is very scary for people.
Yeah. Right? Most live inside their comfort zone because that's what keeps their body okay. And I mean, in Alchemy of the Season School, we do a lot of study and a lot of work and leaning into self-care, right? Taking care of these meat suits. And at the same time, we're not here to just be meat suits, right? And in order to be more than just our physicality, there's an embracing of change that really needs to happen. And I really love the languaging, because the languaging of your quote really invites people to look with curiosity at what the edge of their what's known zone is and say, is this something that is going to break my world if I pass through it? Or could it potentially hold an opportunity? Hold an opportunity for something that's even greater than they could have imagined, or an opportunity to grow.
Exactly. The great thing about the change matrix is that there's opportunities in there for adjusting your attitude, for coming up with different, people get stuck in the complaining and blaming when there's a change forced upon them.
Right.
And so when you step into the change matrix, you actually have to choose the change. You have to, okay, this change is one that's forced upon me and it's not changing. It can't go backwards. So I need to do something here to support me so I can love on myself while I'm enjoying and make it be an enjoyment of the change.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much, Penny.
There's also a space in there for evaluating where you are at any given time during the change. So it's not like you decide, okay, I'm going to make a change and now you're fully in this change without anywhere else to go. No, there's all the different pieces of it. So it's about paying attention to what's going on for you. Where are you? What is going to support you next? And then jumping into the matrix and saying, okay, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah. That checking in with ourself first is what creates that rooted safety that says, no, we're going to check in and see how things are going on inside of this singular reality. And now how can we face this change?
Exactly.
And I think that's a really great redirect. What's that?
The matrix for a reason. Even though a lot of times when I present it, it's presented in a linear fashion. However, like I follow the change. However, the process itself is not linear. It's a matrix, and you can be all over the place in the given span of an hour. And being aware and checking in with the idea to be curious, to enjoy the change, not just the end result, but the process to get there. And always be curious. Like, what's next? In Sound of Music, it says, when God closes a door, he opens a window. So when something happens and you feel blocked, like, I wonder where this next wonderful thing is going to happen that I'm going to create or be part of.
I love to me, it sounds like a transmutation of fear and terror and frozenness into curiosity, delight, and excitement, which I so much want to deal with change in that way. Thank you very much. And I think there's a lot of other people who would like to lean more into that kind of work than the one that leaves us feeling like we're powerless.
Yeah, it's very powerful work. It really is. You can learn the process, but you have to integrate it into your system. You need to use it. When you use it, it's going to work.
Right.
Just knowing about, because sometimes sometimes it seems like I already know this. I already know that my attitude is not in a good place right now. But knowing it and then making a decision to shift that is a big step.
Right. Yeah. The beauty of doing this inside of the Alchemy of the Seasons program is that we'll not only have a chance for you to present the matrix, like, here's your enter and exit points, here's your opportunities to move, here's your sensory awareness pieces, but then there's also in the program, there's built in this ability for people to practice in their own world and then also share what's going on, right? Be able to build that community, because that's where so much of the work happens, right? Not just in the classroom, but then what happens after you leave the class and you go back into your everyday world. How do you then apply that and then also share with others and get feedback and hear how others are doing it and see it in process? Because if we don't see it in process, then it's just, it's just words on a piece of paper, or it's 2 hours in a Zoom room. When we can relate our experiences, we can stack them. And in doing that process, we can evolve and look back and see where we've come. So I'm really looking forward to that coming up. This course is going to be coming up. It starts on June 7th and it runs the 7th, the 14th, and the 21st. It will be at 6:30 p.m. on Wednesday nights, and it will be held in Zoom. The platform for the course is going to be through Discord. We'll have a chat channel, which is a private to our class channel. So whoever's in the Zoom room every week, we will also have that chat and interactive space where we can share what is real in our world, what we've been experiencing. The invitation is to share your experiment that's happening through the week. So when we do Alchemy of the Seasons, with each of the courses, it is a deep invitation to try on an experiment for that period of time. And in that experiment, each of us who is present is running our own experiment, right, in our own world. And the next level up, so to speak, is when we share what our experiment has been with other people. Because when we share, we can get a feedback of what it is that others might be experiencing, other facets of a similar kind of experience or experiment. And thank you so much, Penny, for taking this time with us and giving us this overview. And I will go ahead and drop the AOTSS registration link down in the comments of this video. And if you've enjoyed this video and you would like to know more about when Alchemy of the Seasons courses will be running, go ahead and hit the little subscribe button down there in that corner and hit the little bell, and we'll be doing these a little bit more regularly. Thank you so much, Penny. What's that?
Come play with us.
Come play with us, right? All right. Much love, beautifuls. Mwah.